has been watching her videos.
Is our first Jarrett Hill. Jarrett is also when she and Hill walked in 2023, she had just launched the Bridgerton spin-off Queen Charlotte. The fourth season of Bridgerton is streaming now on Netflix. Let's get back to their conversation. I watched.
Everybody watching her vids, Robbie.
To myself, even with Bridgerton, and thought, how is it different for you now writing at Netflix and doing content for Netflix, and obviously you can cuss and have different kinds of sex scenes maybe, but I'm curious about how you approach it differently, if you approach it differently, thinking about Netflix and a streaming audience.
Today we concocted some hamburger gravy.
I always used to say that when I was at the Netflix,
I've been
I was
craving
writing
like nuts.
a specific kind of show, Shondaland, for that network. And now on Netflix, there's no sort of brand that I'm creating for their specific audience, because their specific audience is the world, which is fascinating. So I no longer have to worry
Potatoes. About a piece of bread, some butter.
There's a lot of food in there.
I wrote down, I was like, I'll probably say this at some point. Shonda, you could cure cancer and world poverty and hunger, and I would also remind people she also created Scandal. Like, I just want to make sure that people remember that. What do people approach you the most about from your work? Because I imagine people out there who have quite a entry for you.
You want a hurricane or something?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
Grab me a piece of paper towel, please.
Because now that it's on Netflix, kids are discovering that show.
I'm craving this hamburger gravy.
Kids discover that show.
Love hamburger gravy ever since I was a little kid. At school they made
They're still doing it.
excellent hamburger gravy. And what was great at lunchtime, if everyone went through the line through all the grades and there was still hamburger gravy left, you could have as much as you wanted. You could just go up there and fucking ladle on yourself. Yeah. You could have as much bread and butter you wanted, toast. There were certain things you could just eat, like all you can eat. Hamburger gravy was one of them.
We had a salad bar. It was so the bomb because it was shredded lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it had cottage cheese and every dressing you think of. French and ranch for sure.
Awesome.
And whatever vegetables you want. It was just like eating at a restaurant.
All you can eat. Buffet. Yeah. I remember hamburger gravy, and then there'd be certain kids that would always stay behind and be the ones that would eat more than their, the first helping. You can go for seconds, but like I said, if fucking there was shit left over, they encouraged us to eat it. And we would, man. This one kid would always people would watch him eat, and he would just get platefuls. Then they would be like, you can't do it, you can't eat all that. But he would.
Was he chubby?
No.
No?
He was an athlete, so he was always hungry. Kind of a big athlete. One hell of an appetite. And his mom was like a secretary at the school. And every year he won awards for not missing one day of school. One time he got sick and they still gave it to him because he was legitimately sick and dying. Missed like 2 days.
Really? Oh my god.
But yeah, he was a big eater.
Yep, I was lucky because my mother-in-law, not my mother-in-law, but Nathan's grandma, I told you about that, right?
His mom?
Yeah, was a lunch lady.
Mm-hmm.
So I always got extra portions, or if I didn't have money, she'd always hook it up. So like I said, I spent my money on cigarettes and booze instead of lunch. And if she wasn't working, I would just go to the library and look at magazines of food with food in it. Like Better Homes and Gardens had recipes with pictures and magazines like that, and I used to just sit there and just make my mouth water.
I remember, like, if you had 15 cents in your pocket or like 30 cents, your first milk was free. You could get either chocolate or milk or white milk. And they came in these little cartons, like this big, like 10 ounces of it or whatever.
I discovered
But it was a nickel for an extra white milk, and then for if you wanted extra chocolate milk, you just pay 10 cents. And you can get as many as you wanted. So you get your first one free, and then after that, if you went up with 30 cents, you get like 3 fucking chocolate milks.
Really?
That's what I would always
That's
do.
a good deal.
Just fucking. Breakfast and lunch were awesome.
I wanted to ask you, like, what's in the room, right? Like, what's happening with you?
And that was like one of the reasons I liked going to school, was just for that, for food.
Just to eat.
How is it now
Yeah,
to be like,
like a lot of kids did.
afraid of this anymore? Maybe I don't feel so uncomfortable.
And everything was homemade. There wasn't anything shipped in from fucking Cisco. They would make blueberry muffins and fucking. Maybe there was like some frozen piece of shit. There was maybe some stuff they got from the like a food truck or whatever, but most everything was fucking from scratch.
I remember in Michigan, we went to a church basement. There's this huge church right behind where you had recess,
Mm-hmm.
right behind the school, and it was all homemade, done by bunch of church ladies or whatever. And
Yeah.
it was so good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just remember there were peanut butter and jelly on fresh rolls that were homemade,
Yeah.
and they took peanut butter and jelly and they made it all into one bowl and mixed it all up.
Like Smuckers.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, the bread they made was homemade bread. And they would actually make toast out of that stuff. So in the mornings you go there and there'd be these big trays of pre-made toast. Oh. It was so awesome. So good.
Lucky number 26 and lucky number 29. Those are both odd numbers, so let's see.
But I think it got worse after I got out of college. When I got out of college, and then you're very new and unsure in a world in which you're supposed to make your way. And I was terrible at selling myself. I was terrible at making my way part. And I think a lot of it came then when I really had to be out in the world, describing myself to people, being myself to people, showing people who I was to get a job. It was just painful.
Did you get through that? Like, what were you telling yourself? Or did you have messaging for that?
I don't mean it was painful for me. I know it was painful for them. I mean, people I've worked with later were like,
I like you better when you're
for me, I think I just, what was lucky for me is that in order to do a job as a writer, I had to provide them with something I'd written. So, in a way that sort of saved me from
To make it easy, find out like our
terrible. They read the script and they
Sunday Super Bowl. I think the Packers are gonna win the Super Bowl.
pitch a story. And
You think so, babe?
Either the
For
Packers
real?
or Milwaukee Brewers.
this was too much.
I'm guessing that pitching stories now is a lot easier.
I don't have to pitch it. So that's the beauty about this is now in a place where I don't have to do that anymore. Because it truly, in the beginning, I pitched Grey's Anatomy by with a paper in front of my face, reading aloud, and in a monotone. And if anybody interrupted me with a question, I had to start back over again at the beginning. Like, it was that bad. And my hands would be shaking and I'd be sweating, and it was just bad. So not pitching it anymore is one of the things that I feel is one of the best gifts I've been given.
No go on the first 20 timer.
No,
It was, but also
we're going for 10 grand.
maybe weird to have an idea and then see it like happen at such a large scale. Can you talk
Like I wonder really who wins the 10 grand.
to be able to have something in your mind and
You remember when
imagine it and then for it to
Casey,
manifest itself in front of you.
the heck was her last name?
That's always still magical to me. I mean, it really is.
Oh yeah, I remember telling you that. You told me this story when she won that 20 grand or something.
Yeah,
And was there.
Was that from a local ticket?
I never get
yeah,
the feeling
it was
like
Buffalo Bay.
Really?
every day. And
25 grand or some shit. 23 grand maybe or something.
Wow.
you know, those things are spectacular to me, very exciting, and it's part of the fun and the magic.
I feel like
Either Peterson's or Buffalo Bills. I know it was from.
It's the only place you could have bought them.
It wasn't from the
A lot of different kinds
downtown
but you've been doing that now for so many
gas station.
years.
I know it was from.
I'm intrigued that it still feels special. And how do you maintain it?
It's always
My
been-
appetite has been voracious
I was excited when they built the Oval Office.
lately.
I was excited when they built the Oval Office. Like,
I think I'm going through changes
when they did Scandal, those spaces.
because I can't get enough food.
Standing in a space that
Just
is
insatiable.
built for a young queen, for instance, is really empowering somehow because you
Nothing.
realize that you've made this happen.
Nothing.
And I sort of can never get over the idea that I made this happen, that I said something, and that all of these people brought their artistry to bring it to life.
Actually, I didn't remember.
Yeah, I have a friend who's an actor.
I've been waiting for this fucking ticket to pay out.
We'll talk about
I think this is like number 6.
seeing how many people there were hanging lights and designing set and doing props and all this and recognizing like it's
We've been losing on that
much
goddamn
bigger than
50
it
times.
was. And that's always stayed with me as I'm moving through the world and working on things. I always think about, you know, it being bigger than you and it going out into the world and having value for folks.
Well, first I'm a person who keeps saying to people, you know, a writer doesn't create something.
How was
I
it?
write
Good.
a lovely blueprint, and then all of these other incredible artisans, like, make it a 3D experience for everybody, like a real experience, breathe air into it. And when I think about that, somehow that's more magical to me than the fact that a bunch of people are going to see it, the finished product, because I'm not necessarily terrified about that, but I'm trying really hard to rein in my feelings about it, because I'm not responsible for how they feel. Like, I'm not making them feel a certain way.
Seems like the $10 ones seem so much. Seem lucky, kind of, don't you think?
There are better odds when you pay more money.
I'm Jesse.
If you look on the back of the ticket,
TV writer and producer Shonda Rhimes.
It
and
shows the odds and stuff.
yeah, odds of winning on higher price tickets are
She's talking
Or
about
better.
her response to Jared Hill. I'm curious how
But,
you think
you know,
about
I bought a $50 scratch off once and fucking lost. I was like,
right,
fuck.
the fact that you
That
exist
sucks.
Right, that's a lot of money.
and such a
I mean, you could do that in just as fast at the casino too, you know,
Yeah.
just as fast as scratching off the lottery
I
ticket.
was making a
Yeah.
face while you were asking the question, because it's the
I don't know if the odds are better or not, but
I think they're better on Scratch House, but I mean, it's fucking hit and miss. And
I cannot begin to answer that question. I'm not in a place where
I
I
don't
want
know.
to spend time examining, you know, whatever the legacy is.
But that fucking 50 times shit's been drier than
It's so
fuck.
crazy to me that I'm now the OG, you know, showrunner here.
I guess it's fun. So take it slow and have some
It's
fun.
amazing to me, but I do
Yeah,
feel
do some
comfortable enough in the space
stuff.
to be known. And I feel
Four
comfortable
corners.
in a place
I
where
don't
there's no fear in creating at all. Like,
know.
and it tries to fuck with your head because it'll be like there'll be a 37 and underneath it'll be a 27 like this one.
so you know, I'm still making
Put out 50 times,
Just to
come on.
kinda- Just
Finally,
kind of get your heart to go.
fucking put out.
I feel like I've reached a point where
Put out or get out. Fucking 50 times.
making a mistake. I feel
It's
that
29, not
that place
39.
where making a mistake would be completely fine for me because it's not going to define me. And there was a period of time when you were, you know, the first black woman this, the first black woman that it's stressful. Like you feel like you have to be perfect to a certain extent. And now I feel like, okay, I was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame. That's not a brag, but by Oprah Winfrey. And that was the moment about 15 years into my career.
Never mind, it's 44. God damn it.
Man, you scared me.
That was not that long ago. But when
I thought it was a
you were
14, but it was a 44.
good.
Thank you so much, Shonda. We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. It's good to talk to you.
As we said earlier, the latest season of
I think I
Bridgerton
might
is
play
on
it.
Netflix. Thanks to our correspondent
No, I think
Karen
I'll
Hill
wait.
for talking with Shonda. Karen also co-wrote historically black phrases with our friend Trayvon Anderson.
Spoonful of hamburger gravy helps the malt liquor go down.
Really?
Hell yeah.
That's the end of another episode.
episode of Bullseye. Bullseye created from the homes of me and the staff of Maximum Fun. Maximum Fun
I'm
HQ,
probably gonna have another one.
historic jewelry district,
After I mow this down.
Los Angeles, California. We're in Los Angeles, and LA is never more beautiful. Our show is produced by Speaking Into Microphones. Our senior producer.
A spoonful of hamburger gravy and potatoes helps the malt liquor go down.
Our video producer is Daniel Spear. We have booking help from Mara Davis. Additional music comes from Dan Wally. You can find his music at djwsounds.bandcamp.com. The theme music was composed by the Go team. It is called Huddle Formation. Thanks to the Go team. Thanks for their You can follow Bullseye on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where you will find videos of just about all of the interviews, including the ones you heard this week. I think that's about it. Just remember, all great
When the Grim Reaper strikes at fish boil.
Bullseye with Jesse Thorne is a production of MaximumFun.org and is distributed by NPR.
I remember one time when Hotel Impossible came to Grunkies, when there was like this big staff fucking like get together, and that fucking bald dude was there. We're all sitting in the dining room, and that dude's like, you know, doing his speech and shit, and they're filming. And asking questions and shit. And then that bald dude looks at Kendall, and Kendall's like kind of in the back.
Didn't Kendall have a bad attitude about it?
Well, yeah, because the guy was like, and you back there, it looks like you got, looks like, I can't remember what he said. He's like, it looks like you got, I can't remember what he said exactly. But Kendall replied, that's because I'm tired, man. I don't want to be here.
So then what?
I can't remember, but I just remember people were like, fucking A. Yeah, he did have a bad attitude. He didn't want to be there. You know?
Probably needed a drink bag.
Nothing in front of each person. Looking into his or her eyes. Saying something. Then moving on to the next person. Turns out the guy was telling people.
Shit heated up.
They had to go. If they were in, if they were
Was
out.
it cold?
What do you really say? Well, literally, it could be,
It's not cold, but it's not
you're
hot.
gone. You're gone.
Not even warm.
Okay, you can still. And then, did he believe? Well, not at all. Had no one to argue with. His personal website, Direct News. He asked you to read a little bit of your account of this from the website. You write it up. He said it should be
Anyway, Hotel Impossible was a joke.
right.
What is it, babe?
Like, they came in and just fucked shit up. Got a bunch of drama going. They fucking had Judith and her fucking kids. Like, you know, like a big emotional. Did you ever watch the episode?
I think you showed it to me, I thought.
Well, anyway, it's
Robbie
like
did.
they had Judith and her 2 kids, and they're like, you know, having like a therapy session almost. And it was just,
What do you mean, like, therapy session? Like,
because they were like, the kids were like, well, ever since, you know, this happened and this happened. I can't remember. You'd have to watch it again. But if you want to see it, it's Hotel Impossible.
They have some special instantaneous insight into who we are.
Fucking, I think they show Robbie more than anyone in the whole goddamn thing. There's like 3 shots of Robbie all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they always showing Robbie? Like, he has more appearances in that film than fucking anyone else that worked there. Like, there's Robbie again. There's Robbie again.
Robbie the movie star?
But the statue? So the funny thing is, there was a statue of the bust of, I think of not Leonard, of, what the fuck was it? The guy that painted the Sistine Chapel. What the fuck was his name? Not Leonard da Vinci, but big artist, way back in the day. There's a bust of this little kid that the bald dude like went upstairs in the hotel part and was sitting on a thing, and he took it. I'm like, he's like, and this is just like weird. So he grabbed it and he put it like in, he opened a trunk that was in the hallway and like put it in there and put some blankets over it and then shut it. He's like, that's just gonna freak. It was a bust of like a little kid, like a little boy.
A bust?
Yeah, like the head and the chest.
Oh.
God, who's the artist I'm thinking about? This space. Michelangelo. It was a copy. I think Judith went to Italy one time and bought one that was copied from the original.
Mm-hmm.
And that was their new thing, and then when her kids went through all this shit for through that, it was on sale back, and I ended up buying it for $2. And I still have it. But what's funny that is in the episode of Hotel Impossible, when they run the credits, it says creepy boy statue. That's what it's called, creepy boy. He's like, this is a creepy little boy statue he threw it in the trunk, and like, it's like, you gotta get rid of this. They ended up in the rummage sale after they cleaned up the basement and like this one room upstairs of all of her stuff her kids did, because they were trying to clean out the place and just do everything. So there was a whole bunch of shit just out sale on the back, like a rummage sale, like old shit. And so I buy it. It's like, what is it? And I can't remember what waitress is like, it's $2. So I like give her $2 and I grabbed it, and I still have it. But the credits in the end of Hotel Impossible say that it reads creepy, and it was like an end note. It's like, and the creepy little boy creepy statue thing Judith has at her home, but she doesn't. It's like, I have it. I have it at my place still to this day. So that's false. But what they do is they come in and they stir up a bunch of drama. Call out all the bad shit. Create a bunch of hysteria. And that's what they want for their show, which is only a half-an-hour show each episode, right?
Okay.
And they were there for like a week
To make that one half hour.
to make a half-hour show, and then they just leave. Like, we got our show, and then they just leave with raising up a bunch of fucking drama. Nothing.
No, I still got 4 more spots to hit.
Fuck, and those tickets are fucking dry. Bunch of loser tickets, man.
The parking lots are all empty, and the constant noise you hear in the daytime from the exiting Lincoln Tunnel traffic is minimized. It almost looks like a real street, a place where people live. Remarkably, I find a parking space. I sit in the car, with the motor running,
God damn
listening to
it.
the radio, and thinking about Deborah. We lived together. This morning, I thought we were in love. Now, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to see her again. The DJ plays a Freddie McGreevy song. I'm telling you now. Suddenly, I hear someone across the street yell something.
But the manager at the time was like Rachel. You know her? Like a manager at Bayfield. And anyway, so she's like, there was this scene where she was out back and they were talking to her, and she's like, something like, oh, and they got into her, into her personal kind of stuff, and she's like, and I'm so stressed out because my 3-year-old, I I have a 5-year-old who's severely autistic, and she just breaks down and starts crying and shit.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Do they show that on the
Yeah.
show? That probably made good for a good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, and then Tammy and Marty's like, I'm not gonna be part of this, but Tammy was, and there was this one upstairs room that Tammy's like, oh, it was like kind of trash, but they'd still rent it out, but like it was just kind of junked out. And she was even there. She's like, I've said so many times we gotta clean this place up and blah blah blah. And then so she ended up getting a fucking free ride for like a 4-year college for management, hotel management from the show.
Really?
Which it was all online. But you know they're both not there anymore. I don't think she ever used it or took advantage of it. I don't even think she's working anywhere anymore. But that's what they do. They just stir up the pot, get their show, and then they leave. Like, see you later, suckers. Fucked up. Fucked Hotel Impossible.
Do they still have that show?
I don't think so. I'd be surprised if they do. And then Bert Kreischer came and did, he did that one show where you just walk up to people on the street and be like, you want to go on a fucking trip?
Oh yeah, I remember that happening.
Flip trip? Or
Yeah.
trip flip?
Trip a flip or
Yeah.
flip a trip.
Trip flip.
Trip flip, yeah.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Holy fucking suck ass. God, man. Something's gotta give. Something's gotta give it up. I want to eat more, I guess that's worth giving it up.
I can smell the alcohol in her breath. She looks at the Slim Jim and then back at my face. Nope, she says. Well, I guess it's my lucky day. She lays a hand on my shoulder.
I think I'm gonna add more water to that burger.
Do it quick so I can have some more.
Right now?
Yeah,
You open it up. The drinks are on me. She says.
so hungry.
I peer into the car window and see the keys dangling from the ignition. There are a couple of empty beer bottles on the floor in the passenger side.
Trip flip.
I look back at her. She's got a cigarette going on. At that moment, from behind us, we hear a long, clear Tarzan call. It's a perfect imitation, lasting about 10 seconds, complete with jungle logos in the middle.
But the only reason they came to Grunky's for Trip Flip was for the fish boil.
She steps out.
And me and Robbie were running that fucker at the time.
She looks up at the parking structure.
And we ran in, me and Robbie were having lunch before fish boil, before we started setting up for the service.
Yeah.
We're over at the Morty's,
She tilts her head to the side.
like drinking a beer and having lunch. And all of a sudden the door, it was like just me and him in there. It was like maybe like 11 o'clock
I think he works
in fucking AM. All of a sudden the door opens up and there's this guy that comes walking through, and then he kind of looks around and then he kind of waves in like 3 people.
She puts her hands behind
And it was a couple like
momentarily think about Deborah.
that we found out later that were going to get married, or he proposed on the show,
She's as tall as I am.
that we found out later. But they were coming into the bar to get drinks and they're already all fucked up.
Oh my god.
And they're it's the couple with Bert Kreischer. And Robbie's like, that's Bert Kreischer. I'm like, what? I was like, holy fuck. And so
I dipped my Slim Jim into the cargo.
I just said, hey, can we get, he had like his manager with him. And we're like, can we get a picture with Bert Kreischer? So Bert Kreischer's like, yeah. And he puts his arms around me and Robbie on each side of him. And then the bartender took a picture of us. And the bartender was like, who's that guy? We're like, that's Bert Kreischer from Trip Flip. And I don't know if Robbie still has it. Do you, Robbie? Send it to me if you do. I have it on one of my old Facebook accounts, but I can't get into those. And then so later, we didn't say that, hey, we know you guys are coming to Fish Boil later. so we played dumb, you know,
She lights one up.
and we were kind of watching those people out of the corner of our eye, and they were at the bar and they were just like doing shots and shit. And the couple was just fucked up. Bert Kreischer was kind of, they were just laughing and, you know, having a good old time. And so he left, and then they must have went around and did their things. And then later that day, we knew they were coming, you know, to Fishbowl. We knew. But we didn't expect that we'd run into them drinking at So when they got there, they all, like, Bert Kreischer and the couple were like, you guys, Bert Kreischer was like, you guys are like detectives. And we're like,
Some foreign cars are tough, I say.
he's like, you guys should start a detective show. And they were all wasted. And they you know, kind of did their little thing about the fish boil with their cameras and stuff. And fucking ate the fish boil. And Robbie's in the fucking video. His hair's all greasy and long.
He looks like a little baby still.
Yeah. I don't know, it was weird.
That greasy Indian like Pam
Trip,
Calvin.
Dipping in and out and up and down. The car door won't open, but she doesn't even see the door.
Is it done?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pick it. Can I still do this? Yeah. Sure. I'll work on the other one.
Christ, you didn't finish yours.
I know, I'm gonna in a little bit. I'm full.
It's louder this time. He must be on the lower
I won't be able to drink my beer, so
beautiful
eat that.
and he really trails out the last note. The woman bends over double and slaps her thighs in rapid fashion. I love that, she cried. That is just fabulous. Look at color, I said. I take my can of WD-40. That guy should be on TV or something. I strapped by the other side of the car. I insert the tension bar in the cylinder and hold it down with my thumb. Then I work the rig through several times. After a couple of minutes, I'm starting to get frustrated. I said, I'll be right back. I'm going to get something else. For this very situation. It's long and sturdy, but pliable. I bring it back across the street. Here, I say, you hold this.
But anyway, after the trip was done, it was like late and like night. We were clocked out, cleaning up. It was dark, and the whole trip flip crew was at Grunky's out in the back of the picnic tables, drinking and stuff with the couple and stuff, like the film crew and the editing crew and blah blah. It was like about 10 people. And me and Robbie were like, "Hey, can we get a picture with you guys?" And so the guy like took my camera or Robbie's camera or whatever, and we had it on video, so we were actually recording it. And the guy's like, because we had to sign waivers, you know, like about, I don't know what it was, but we
Well,
signed
on
them.
TV and
Yeah. And so the guy's like, "This is video recording." He shut it off and then like actually took the picture. But we got the little blur of the video of me and Robbie, and everyone's like, me and Robbie were there with our Grunky shirts on with all of them. He's been sending that to me lately. So that still exists.
Oh, he sent me something about that too.
Like with the ghoul that comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't superimpose that. That didn't happen.
Well, obviously, I've seen that.
But yeah, that's the picture. You can see Bert Kreischer sitting there on the corner.
She said, maybe you and I should take the next
But he ended up making a big Hollywood movie. I don't think it did very well.
Then she put her hand on my upper arm.
But it was fun to meet him.
and kissed me on the cheek. Let's try it again. Listen, I say, I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated. I usually don't have this much trouble. It's okay, she said. I know we're going to get it this time. She punches the air like a cheerleader. We try again. I twist the dowel around
But I think ultimately we ruined the show.
and then push it forward.
Why? Why would you say that? You guys ruined the show?
I think so.
Why?
Or at least,
My body bumps into the woman's and rubs up against
Why?
her. I get more and more crazy.
I don't know.
I can feel my hero status.
'Cause we knew.
Finally, after about 15 minutes,
we knew it was up.
you know, I think if I push this way with the screwdriver, it'll window shatters into pieces, which fall on the sidewalk at our feet. I look at her face. Her mouth is wide open, her shoulders raised in embarrassment. Then, suddenly, she opens the door, brushes the glass off the seat with her bag, and gets in. Well, I gotta go, she starts the car. I don't know how to thank you. She speeds off toward 8 Avenue. Goodbye, she calls out. I am stunned by the swiftness of her departure. As I watch her drive up, waving out the window, Tarzan gives his grand finale. His voice is so strong that it sounds like he's right behind me. His call begins with one.
Oh, I'm so full, babe.
sustained note. He
Oh,
holds it longer
Not me,
than
I'll probably eat more.
Then he leaps into a
Probably eat that whole pan.
which ends with
Eat
another
mine.
gorgeous thrill, and follows this with the second thrill, which trails off into a final eerie, haunting turn. I turn to face the parking structure. I'm standing in the middle of a pile of discarded tools and
Like
broken
this.
glass. I lean my head way back, looking up at the sky. I cup my hands around my mouth, take the deepest possible breath, and yell at the top of my lungs. Shut the hell up!
God, I don't want to do 4 to 11 tomorrow or any other day.
Joe Cosman's stories of his life as a locksmith and his book.
At least Bobby Dude will be there.
Act 2, Runaway. When you commit an act of kindness for a stranger, where can it lead? 1940, Jack Geiger was 14 years old, not getting along with his parents. Due to the odd rules of the New York City schools at that time, he had actually finished high school, but no college would let him in. So he wasn't getting along with his parents, fought with them all the time. And then he went to see a play.
Native Son, Orson
It's
Welles'
okay.
Mercury Theater production of the Richard Wright novel, which starred a black actor named Canada.
Oh,
And I was very moved by that, and with the brashness of a 14-year-old, I went backstage afterwards and found Canada Lee and hung around and talked with him a while. And I liked that so much that I did that 3 or 4 more times.
Do you recall what it is that you were talking to him about, or you wanted to talk to him about?
Well, we started off talking about the play and Richard Wright and the main character.
we do.
To the United States, and pretty soon we got around to the second or third conversation at least. What was going on in my life and what I wanted to do and my conflicts and so on. He learned a lot more about me than about him, I think, at that point in those conversations. And then one day when the conflict at home just got a lot tougher, I waited till a Sunday when I knew there was no performance of Native Son, and my folks were out, and I packed a bag and I took a subway up to the top of Sugar Hill in Harlem.
Subway, my way.
Film Avenue.
Sugar Hill.
There I knew that
I remember there's this dude. He was really a bigger, heavy set dude. Like, he was one of those dudes who had like an hourglass figure almost in high school. And obviously, you remember when I worked at Subway when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And he was like, he'd always be like, Subway, my way, Subway, all the time. Whenever he walked by me, he'd sing that song. Because he seen me there one time.
After I had gone to sleep that evening, I later learned he called my folks.
He was like a younger kid. I think he was like a junior. I was a senior. I was a senior when I was working at Subway, I think.
And my parents must have been so exhausted by all of this.
Yeah, because it was graduation.
Where'd you graduate?
Tentatively.
Superior Senior High,
What year?
92,
A whole year
on the honor roll.
lived there. And
Yeah,
had
that
no
sounds about right.
educational
Because I got out to UBS in 91.
Really?
through that apartment.
Yeah.
Over that.
No, it
I
was
remember
late 91. I went in the winter semester, fall semester, so
civil,
yeah,
political, and intellectual.
late 91.
And I had the chance.
Early 92 is when I first started.
Many weekends, listening Horn,
I remember
the
you,
Ranger, Richard Wright, went back
which is weird
Exano and stopped in.
that I still have that memory of you. I remember going back to my dorm room and I was like, man, there's this fucking hot girl working at fucking Subway. And I never saw you after that.
Yeah, I didn't stay there very long. I got fired. Either that or I just quit going. I can't remember.
I can still see you in my memory. The way you served me, you're just like, you never even looked at me. You might have looked at me when I first, like, got to the, you know, where they're like, what would you like? How, what kind of bread would you like? That was the first thing. After that, you never looked me in the eye after that.
Really?
But I was just staring at you. And you wore your hair the same way. I think you had a little hat on even.
I had some big ass hair back then.
Yeah.
I remember turned to my mother and said, hey, I'm a bachelor. Do you think you could help us out?
That memory came back to me
My mother said, sure. Next day,
just suddenly out of nowhere when you were in treatment. Like, healed.
she had the most
Hello?
wonderful time.
I know once in a great while, a memory will come back to me about certain things. And it'll be so weird. It'll be like, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It was like my brain, because I was so missing you so bad when you were gone. And my brain must have just been going through the fucking memory files. Didn't even know it until, you know, somehow. And it just came back out of nowhere. I was like, holy fuck. I remember her.
Do you remember?
That's weird.
Isn't that weird lyrics that Michael Jackson sang? Do you remember? And then he sings, I forgot to remember. How can you forget to remember?
During that year, he was kind of an informal
Oh.
surrogate father, and I was in that stage where I wasn't going to take anything from the parents I was fighting with. So he staked me to a good bit of my first year at college when I found a place that would finally let me in. And
So he paid for your school
well, he loaned me the money.
instead of your parents.
Yeah. It wasn't until a little later that I figured out why unconsciously maybe I had made the choice that I did. It turned out, although I didn't know it at the time, that Billy himself had grown up in a pretty strict West Indian family, and he told me the same dissatisfaction and mixed up feelings that I had about his relationship with his family to do, and
Let's smoke a cigarette.
strange.